What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's the Resistance. I just came across this, and it just, they just released the body cam footage out of Maine. I just came across it. It was on Google, sent me somewhere else, and I happened to see this body cam footage of this 64-year-old pediatrician in Maine, ladies and gentlemen. 64-year-old pediatrician in Maine. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I appreciate y'all. But real quick, I'm going to get into the print. I'm going to read something real quick. This is deep. This is crazy right here. Shout out to American Amy, Cynthia Brennan, Chi Jonathan Burks. I'm going to read this real quick. This is in York, Maine, ladies and gentlemen. York, Maine. Town officials released video footage late Wednesday that shows a York Police Department officer using a K-9 to subdue local pediatrician Stephen Brennan during a traffic stop more than 2 years ago. It happened 2 years ago, but we just getting the dash cam footage. The release of the footage comes about a week after Brennan's attorneys announced their client had reached. Let me pause this real quick, just to keep y'all abreast on what's going on. There goes the pediatrician right there, ladies and gentlemen. Now, it's up to you to decide if, all this force was needed. I'm just bringing it to you, showing you everything that I can see, and I'm reading the print to you right now. The release of the footage comes about a week after Brennan's attorney announced their client had reached a $325,000 settlement agreement with the town and Patrolman Jonathan Rogers, who had released the dog during the encounter on September 20th, 2019. In a joint statement released with the footage, Yorktown manager Steve Burns and acting police chief Owen Davis said Rogers simply did his job to keep York a safe place. Wow. Wait till we get into it. Y'all need to share this, okay? Because this is some deep stuff right here. Brennan was 63 at the time of the incident and ran Yorkids Pediatrics. Brennan suffered multiple injuries, including dog bites that his attorney said required months of follow-up and wound care. The 21-minute video, which was released in response to a public records request from Seacoast Media Group, includes audio and dashboard camera video. There was no body-worn camera used during the encounter, Burns said. Rogers pulled over Brennan for allegedly flashing his high beams. The video shows Brennan stepped out of his vehicle before Rogers' cruiser had fully stopped. As Brennan walked towards the police cruiser, Rogers shouted at him to put his hands up. Brennan complied at first, but he continued walking while Rogers yelled 3 times for him to stop. Brennan stopped for a moment with his hands raised, then he dropped them and turned back towards his own vehicle. Rogers left his cruiser and approached Brennan, telling him to stop moving. Rogers had his gun drawn and pointed at Brennan. Brennan turned again towards Rogers, who repeatedly warned that he would sick the K-9 on him if he did not turn around and comply. After Rogers told Brennan 6 times to get on the ground, Brennan dropped to his knees. Rogers told Brennan to get on the ground one more time as the K-9 ran toward Brennan and knocked him to the ground. No more than 40 seconds elapsed between when Rogers' patrol car came to a stop on scene and when his K-9 can be seen in the video running at Brennan. While Brennan was on the ground with the police dog on top of him, Rogers told him to get on the ground again and put his hands behind his back. Brennan rolled onto his stomach as the dog appeared to continue biting down on his leg. At the same time, Rogers told Brennan to stop resisting. Rogers was on the ground atop Brennan while the K-9 continued to subdue him. Rogers eventually pulled the dog off Brennan, who remained on the ground with his hands behind his back. The K-9's engagement with Brennan lasted about 80 seconds. Wow. Several officers and an ambulance arrived to assist Rogers and tend to Brennan's injuries. Rogers told Brennan he was under arrest for refusing to submit to arrest or detention. Rogers can be heard telling the other officers about Brennan's injuries. He looks like, I beat the fucking shit out of him. I really didn't, Rogers said. I just released the dog. Emergency medical technicians told Rogers one of Brennan's eyes had bled and he couldn't see out of it. Rogers told the EMT that he had smacked Brennan with his hand in the area that the eye was bleeding. And there goes that's the picture of Brennan and his eye right there, ladies and gentlemen. We about to get into the video real shortly. I just wanted to give you the print on it, okay? This is crazy. This is in Maine.
Remedies.
In York, Maine, ladies and gentlemen. York, Maine. And here's Brennan's eye right here. He got an eye jammy from the police officer. And on top of it, got chewed up by a goddamn dog. Okay? When the ambulance arrived 13 minutes into the interaction, Rogers informed the responders Brennan's leg had been chewed and was bloody. Brennan's interaction with police, the K-9 and EMTs, lasted about 16 minutes before Brennan was placed in the ambulance. Brennan was charged with refusing to submit to arrest, but the charge was dismissed after 6 months, according to York County District Attorney Catherine Slattery. The DA's office is not involved in disciplinary investigations against police officers, Slattery said. An opportunity to do better next time. At the time, York police said the response by Rogers was warranted because they said Brennan had been an aggressor. He had been an aggressor. Brennan's attorney, Alexander Spadinger of Shaheen and Gordon, said the settlement makes clear that initial attempts by York police to paint Brennan as the aggressor were untrue. They said Brennan was in the process of getting down on the ground to surrender when the K-9 was released. The decision to release a trained police dog was neither reasonable nor necessary, Spadinger added. Brennan suffered multiple injuries as a result of the dog bites that required months of follow-up and wound care treatment, including puncture wounds to both legs and his left arm, as well as a chest wall injury and trauma to his left eye, according to the statement. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, 63 years old. As a result of this case, Dr. Brennan is hopeful that the York Police Department will take steps to ensure that next time one of its officers is faced with a situation like this, they turn first to their de-escalation training before resorting to physical force. And there's much more to read, and y'all can check that out on Seacoast Online.
We're elevating.
York police released video of K-9 taking down pediatrician, 63 years old, during traffic stop. Let's get into the video.
Put your hands up! Put your hands up! Stop! 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 20 York Accelerator Unit.
Got his hands up, ladies and gentlemen.
Stop!
Got a little irritated and walked away.
Turn around! Turn around! I'm gonna send my dog in here a bit. Turn around! Turn around! Turn around! Get on the ground! Get on the fucking ground! Get on the ground! You're gonna get bit! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
Wow!
Get on the ground!
Do you see this?
Stop resisting! Get
That's crazy. Stop resisting. I have to take it back just a little bit. I gotta take it back just a little
Put your
bit.
hand behind. Get on the fucking ground! Get on the ground! You're gonna get bit! Get on the ground! 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 Stop resisting! Get Stop so back! Get on the fucking ground! Put your hand behind your back! Put your hand behind your back! Put your hand behind your back! Put your hand behind your back!
Jonathan Burke said, all that for a nonviolent crime. That's what I'm saying. All that for a nonviolent crime. Chi-Chi said, I am terrified of dogs. I could not imagine. Shout outs to Chi-Chi. Cajun Randy, cops are more animal than dog. Wow, that is deep right there. Shout outs to Cajun Randy.
Oh. 801 Route 1, send me a unit.
He's subdued and the dog is still chewing his leg, ladies and gentlemen.
Good boy.
Wow.
Good boy. Down. Don't move. Don't move. Down. So what? Get on the fucking ground! Put your hand behind your back! Put your hand behind your back! Put your hand behind your back! Put your hand behind your back!
Listen to the man, please.
801 Route 1, send me a unit.
Shout outs breaking the floor.
Good boy.
Shout outs Knowledge. He says he's a loose cannon. The dog's showing more restraint than the goddamn officer.
Good boy. Down. Don't move. Don't move. Down.
My leg's messed up.
23, York.
Man just said his leg is messed up. We seen it get chewed up. We seen it get chewed up like crazy as if it was a doggy treat. Okay? We seen that.
Stop! 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 23 here. Turn around! Turn around! Get on the ground! Get on the fucking ground! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
Here it comes.
Get on the ground!
There you go, right there.
Get on the ground! Stop resisting! Get! Stop so back! Get on the fucking ground! Put your hand behind your back! 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 801 Route 1, send me a unit.
Dog still latched on the leg. Dog is still latched on his leg. He was already on the ground before the dog got to him.
Good boy. Out.
Shout out Sweet as Sugar.
Down. Don't move. Don't move. Down.
This is crazy. And this is in Maine. We don't hear hardly nothing come out of Maine. But apparently this is what they do right here. They will sick a dog on your ass.
My leg's messed up.
23, York.
He just said his leg is messed up.
My leg's messed up.
1046.
Shout out to Harold Shields for sure.
Army rescue for dog bite.
Jonathan Burks.
Maine PC 6473 VN. Big Maine PC 6473 Victor Nora.
I try to tell you, if they can't get you down themselves, they'll do any and everything to make sure you get down. And that's using the ones that you love, ladies and gentlemen. Your goddamn best friend.
Good boy.
It will turn your best friend against you. All you dog lovers out there, please do not think that a K-9 will resist your ass.
Yeah.
This is a 63-year-old pediatrician.
Flashing his high beams at me. They pulled over and jumped out.
A pediatrician. It's a little irate. but he had his hands up in the air. You can see, and he didn't bring any violence with him. He's just upset. All because he was adjusting his high beams as he was going down the road. And this aggressive officer right here, he wants to use an excessive force.
Dr. Stephen Brennan.
Dr. Stephen Brennan.
You should have followed commands and not jumped out of your car charging at me.
I'm just trying to find out what you're doing.
So the officer just said that you should have followed commands and not jumped out of your car charging after me. I'm sorry, I gotta keep taking it back so y'all can see this shit and see the lies that they tell. Here we go. Once again, where is the charge? The man had his hands in the air.
Put your hands up! Put your hands up! Stop!
We can clearly see this man's not violent at all.
Stop! Stop! 24 New York Summary Unit, Route 1, 801 Route 1.
Wow.
Stop! Stop!
Now, because he walked away from him, he had to escalate it a little bit more. Because he was losing control, ladies and gentlemen. The officer was losing control. We seen the 63-year-old pediatrician walk towards the cruiser with his hands in the air. Was a little irate, got a little upset. He flagged him, walked away. That's when the officer lost control. So now he had to just escalate it just a little bit more.
Turn around! Turn around! I'm gonna set my dog in a bit. Turn around! Turn around! Turn around! Get on the ground! Get on the fucking ground!
Get on the ground!
Get on the ground! You're gonna get bit!
We want to show
Get on the ground!
that you are not violent. He's on the ground. One knee down.
Get on the ground!
Dog on him. I be goddamn.
Stop resisting! Get here! Don't fight! Get on the fucking ground! Put your hand behind your back!
This is what they do.
Put your hand behind your back!
This is what they do in the state of Maine. Y'all might want to share this. Y'all want to get this out to y'all folks up there in the super northeast. They need to watch out for police officers like him because they will sick a dog up your ass, ladies and gentlemen. That's what they'll do.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Stop resisting! Get Don't fight! Get on the fucking ground! Put your hand behind your back!
For all of you who want to see this video, all you have to do is Google York, Maine police video of K-9 taking down pediatrician during traffic stop. It's available to anybody who wants to see it. All you got to do is type that in Google. That's all you guys got to do. It's available for everybody.
Put your hand behind your back!
Dog still chewing his ass up.
Put your hand behind your back! 801 Route 1.
John Denicola, get on the ground as the dog is biting you, but you're the aggressor. I must be missing something. I must be too, John Denicola, because I don't see what warrants all of this violence right here. This shouldn't be a dog in the goddamn area. This man didn't need a dog to sick him. This could have been controlled with a mild-mannered police officer who knows how to handle things and is well-seasoned out there on the field. Not this one, though.
Send me a unit.
Let the dog. Leave the dog alone.
Good boy. Out. Good boy. Down. Don't move. Don't move. Down.
to make a point by Carl Stenbeck here. He says, if someone's pet dog did that to you, any of you, lo and behold, a police officer. But if somebody's dog would have done that to you, they would have took the goddamn dog away and euthanized it. Sent him smoothly right on off. Not these dogs right here. They are trained. They are trained to bite on your ass. Okay? Specifically trained to chew your ass right on up. Shout out to Carl Stenbeck.
My light's messed up.
23, York.
My light's messed up.
1046 is one male. You start me rescue for a dog bite. Copy a plate. Maine PC 6473 VN. Big Maine PC 6473 Victor Nora. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy.
Did you hear what he said to the dog? Good boy. Good boy. These cops, they don't look at you as human when they're distributing the tyranny and corruption. He didn't see a 63-year-old man there. No, he just seen an object that needed to be taken down because he didn't follow his commands right then and motherfucking there. That's what the problem was. It's the way that they are trained. It's the way that they look at us. It's the disdain that they have for us, ladies and gentlemen. It's the only reason why they treat us the way that they do. So you got to go through a sort of brainwashing when you put on a uniform like that. And basically the brainwashing consists of fuck everybody who's not in blue. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And if you don't believe it, just sit there and watch a family member who got the blue line wrapped around their ass. Just sit there and observe them. Watch what they do. Ask them certain things. Yeah, I know you love them. I know you care for them. But it always go back to the fact that they never done nothing wrong while they was on the force, then they still are wrong because they never reported something that went down with another police officer. You better believe that. You could bet your sweet chicken apple sausages on that shit.
Good boy. Good boy. Yeah. To stop him for his flash and his high beam at me. They pulled over and jumped down, came charging at me. His own commands.
All right, this is what you're doing. You attacked me.
Yeah. Rescue's coming for you for the dog bite, okay?
So now he's sitting there all chewed the fuck up. Well, he's laying there all chewed the fuck up. Not to mention, he has a crazy shiner that he received from the police officer as he was getting chewed up and being taken down at the same goddamn time. Okay? I mean, he received it from the rooter to the tutor. 63-year-old pediatrician from out of Maine, ladies and gentlemen. This is what he's received. For those who are coming in, I've rewinded it plenty of times. I'll be doing a disservice for those who've been in here with me from the beginning. But for those who have just gotten in here, this man that's laying on the ground just got chewed the fuck up by a K-9 and manhandled by a police officer at the same time. He is now waiting on EMTs to take care of his wounds. Puncture wounds all up and down his ass. This is what Maine, the police officers in Maine do, ladies and gentlemen. This is how they get down. Once again, the city is York, Maine. City, township, whatever. York, Maine, ladies and gentlemen. This is real shit. Share this. Let the people know this is how they get down. Might not want to go take too many trips up the Northeast no more. Because this is possibly what can happen to you if you just happen to flick your lights on the road. You know, instead of being pulled over by a police officer and asking, is everything okay? Were you trying to signal me, or were you making a mistake, or were you going through some type of illness or something? Instead of that, it's commands and it's sicking a dog on your ass. That's what it is. In York, Maine. Shout out to everybody in the chat.
Are you drunk?
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding you.
I'm a physician.
Well, I've never seen anybody do something that dumb.
Well, you know what? I was just trying to. I was manipulating my lights, and I made a mistake.
Yeah, I know, and I would have talked to you about it and let you on your way.
He's a goddamn lie. He's a goddamn lie. The pediatrician, Mr. Brennan, said that, I made a mistake. I was flicking my lights. He said, I made a mistake. The police officer said, yeah, well, I would have came over and told you. You didn't do anything of the goddamn sort. No, you used him walking towards you with his hands in the air as some sort of aggressiveness. And then you escalated it even more when he turned around and walked back towards his vehicle. You could clearly see this is a senior citizen. And instead of taking control of the situation and having some goddamn brains and showing who's brass by not being intimidating, but by de-escalating and explain what's going on your side and trying to find out what's going on his side, you sick a dog on him. Uncalled for. Uncalled for, York, Maine Police Department.
No idea who you are. You come charging out of your car at me?
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry it's this way too. I really am.
And have a goddamn nerve to tell him that he's sorry. Puncture wounds, dog teeth prints, all up and down his ass, a shiner that he received from the police officer, and he has a nerve to tell this 63-year-old pediatrician, I'm sorry. Wow, that is crazy. Looks as if they're ready to string him up. He's been out there for minutes already.
In your pocket?
Still waiting on EMTs.
Normal right now, or are you feeling normal?
Wait a minute, ladies and gentlemen. He had a goddamn nerve to ask the police officer after the dog chewed him all up and down, and after the police officer kicked his ass as they were taking him down, he had a nerve to ask him, is he feeling all right? Is he feeling normal? He had the nerve to ask him, is he feeling normal? You can't make this stuff up with these police officers.
Okay. Is it acting normal right now, or are you feeling normal? Okay.
Wow.
All right.
I'm going to threat to you. Can you get these things off?
I can't. You're under arrest right now. You're probably going to be transported to the hospital.
Shout out John Brown's Ghost. I see it, bro. I see it.
Yeah, it was.
Where are you coming from?
down to Boston and I saw a band that I like.
Okay. And lo and behold, ladies and gentlemen, if y'all can't hear it, I'm gonna make sure you hear it because I'm gonna say what he said. He just said he's coming from down Boston. Coming from down Boston from a show. He was at a concert. Come all the way from down Boston, make it to Maine, and this is what he receives. I be damned.
Do you like her?
It's actually not that bad.
I don't want to get dirt in it.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jonathan Nicola. He said, how many good officers do you see in this video? It's a damn shame because I don't even see officers. I see gang members.
You get a chance to run in there.
Never had anybody hit me that hard. Jesus. Black eye, I think. It's not going to do too well in the office tomorrow.
No.
Little laughs and jokes going on in the background. This is what they usually do after they done distributed tyranny and corruption. 63-year-old pediatrician, York, Maine, ladies and gentlemen. He's right there laying on the ground. He just got chewed up by a K-9. Shout out Sandy Dobby. Shout out Sandy Dobby. Thank you for joining the long time loyal supporter, ladies and gentlemen. Sandy Dobby in the house. Just got him laying there. Dog that chewed him up about 8 minutes ago. He was just latched onto his leg as if it was a rag doll, ladies and gentlemen. This is no lie. You can red ball it back. I went back on it at least 6 times for the people who've been in here from the beginning. You guys gonna have to red ball it back to see that tyranny and corruption. 63-year-old pediatrician from out of York, Maine, came from Boston, watching the concert. Now they just got him laying there as he bleeds out. Oh, he is bleeding. He has the shiniest shiner on his eyeball right now. The shiniest shiner. And he's in pain. Anybody would like to read the article, go to Seacoast Online.
This is your phone?
Yeah.
This is your
You
phone.
type in that title right there. You can go to Google and type in that title right there.
Take it up.
Do you have insulin needles on you?
No, I don't have needles.
Okay, it's just a pump.
Yeah.
He's I believe he's diabetic. They asked him something about insulin. So now we got a diabetic that just got chewed up by a K-9. He probably got K-9 tartar and plaque mixed into his fucking blood. Now that could be a situation, okay? Because people don't talk about that, you know? It's not always the attack that killed the motherfucker. It's the problems that happen after the attack. You got dog tartar and plaque going through this man's bloodstream. And he is diabetic. This is crazy.
There.
Yeah.
Did it break? It's
I
okay.
don't think so.
Can I push it down into your pocket a little bit more?
Yeah, sure.
Is it in your Is that where it goes to?
Yes.
Okay. Is it still connected?
Yeah, I think so. Go ahead and pull the shirt up. Should be.
Is this normal over here?
Yep.
Okay. Everything looks normal a bit to you?
Yep, it does.
Too Tall Rob Live says, how long did it take for them to call for medical? I would say it took at least 8 minutes. 8 to 9 minutes. The chase was like a minute, if you want to call it a chase or the pullover. It took them a minute to pull him over or whatever from when it came on. They chewed his ass up as soon as he pretty much got out the car, sent the dogs on him. And they was waiting for about 8 minutes before EMTs came on the scene to take care of this man's wounds. All right? And let's remember, he came out the car with his hands up, stopped about there, maybe a little more closer than where that police officer is, and he stopped there with his hands up, flagged the officer, and turned around, went back towards his vehicle, and within that time, they sicked the dog on his ass. And he's been here for about 8 minutes. 8 minutes it took for the EMTs to come look at this man's wounds.
We had a fight. Yeah. Me and him and Gunther. His leg's pretty bloody, chewed up. He does have an insulin pump in. And he hit his head on the pavement when we were rolling around. And I gave him an open hands.
He has an insulin pump. He hit his head on the ground. And the officer said he hit him with open hands. Sometimes open hand can be worse than a closed fist, okay?
His leg's pretty bloody, chewed up. He does have an insulin pump in. And he hit his head on the pavement when we were rolling around. And I gave him an open hand slap to the face. I think he's probably 53.
He said, I think he's probably 53. Well, officer, you have to add 10 more years to that. You're off. He's 63. He's a pediatrician. This happened in York, Maine. The northernest of the super northeast. You can't get no further than where this happened at, okay? And they do this. They kick ass all the way to the tip of the country and all the way straight through the rip of the country and all the way down to the end. On each point, they do the same shit. It's the same language amongst these officers. It don't change nowhere. You can't say, oh, well, you know, it's good down in Chantilly. The officers are great down there. You can't say, you go to Southern California, you ain't got to worry about those police officers down there. They're real nice. You go all the way up to Vancouver, Washington. You don't have to worry about those police officers up there. Nah, it happens all around the motherfucking horn. The same language is being distributed. And it's called tyranny and corruption.
All right. What are some of this other than your handcuff right there?
Yeah.
Nothing else is wrong with you at all? You never heard of it?
And even still, as the EMTs have pulled up, it's still not an urgency to get this man on to the hospital. And they don't care. They move on the same speed that the officers move. And that's real shit. Shout out to T and accountability. "63-year-old pediatrician out of York, Maine, ladies and gentlemen. They just sick the dogs on him. Took them about 8 minutes for the EMTs to arrive. To his wounds.
Into his belly, which he says looks normal when we just checked it out. I don't know if these have tightened up on his wrist because I haven't been able to double lock them. Okay. I don't know if you guys want to move to the front. I don't think he's going to fight with you.
To the front would probably be preferred because it's easier.
All right, so I'm going to move these to your front, all right?
Any issues if you come to the front? No? Okay. But we have to ask because, you know.
I've been away for 30 years.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this was just released by York, Maine police. This is fresh from the Resistance. If you want to see this video dash video footage yourself, go to Seacoast Online. York, Maine police video of K-9 taking down pediatrician during traffic stop. Shout out to everybody that rocked out with me. Just trying to bring y'all everything that I can see. Like I said, it goes on everywhere. It's not just here, there. Nah, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. Don't you forget it. I'm gonna make sure y'all see it one more time. But I'm out of here.
Put your hands up! Put your hands up! Stop! 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 Stop!
23 York, summary unit, Route 1, 801, Route 1.
Stop moving! Stop! Stop! Turn around! Turn around! I'm gonna send my dog in a bit. Turn around! Turn around! Turn around! Get on the ground! Get on the fucking ground! Get on the ground! You're gonna get bit! Get on the ground! 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 Stop resisting! Get here! Stop to the back! Get on the fucking ground! Put your hand behind your back! 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 801 Route 1, send me a unit!
Let the dog. Leave the dog alone.
Good boy. Out. Good boy. Down. Don't move. Don't move. Down.
My light's messed up.
23 York.
My light's messed up.
1046 is one male. You start me rescue for dog bite.